Character clash.
Dead Silence Showdown! Death Angels versus Daredevil! In the left corner, with their hyper-developed hearing and a killer instinct faster than the cancellation of a Netflix series, we have the Death Angels, A Quiet Place, the ultimate hunters who turn the slightest whisper into a death sentence. In the right, shrouded in shadows and with heightened senses that would make a bat blush, Daredevil, Marvel, the lawyer who dispenses justice with his bare fists when he's not busy suing criminals in court. Can the devil of Hell's Kitchen evade the lethal hunt of these sightless creatures? Or will he become an auditory snack? Let's unfold the analysis with the precision of a ninja and the tension of a horror movie where no one remembers to turn off their phone.
Ready?
Round 1.
Physical skills.
These aliens are like Hulk and the Flash having a mutant baby raised in Chernobyl. Their armor isn't just bulletproof, missile-proof, and impervious to bad decisions. In A Quiet Place Part 2, we see them tear through a train car like it was butter. Their speed is so ridiculous that Usain Bolt would ask for their autograph if he still had a brain. And their strength? In day one slices an armored truck in half like a Kit Kat. Of course, without their shell, they're as vulnerable as an unfiltered influencer. Their acoustic weakness makes them the only beings who prefer silence to a Bad Bunny concert.
Trivia.
The Death Angels are so fast they can humiliate cars. Krasinski said in Empire that they come from a planet with more gravity, so here they're rockets. In a cut storyboard, one leaps 50 feet into a silo in one bound. Mantis claws and crazy jumps. Matt Murdock is the David Beckham of urban parkour. His senses are so honed he could smell a lie from miles away. Useful in court. In the comics, he dodges bullets like they're mosquitoes. And his endurance is so legendary that in Daredevil Born Again, he survived 30 minutes underwater after a boat crash. Sure, his super strength is comparable to a CrossFitter with 3 Red Bulls in his blood. Against a Death Angel, it's like facing a tsunami with a bucket. Technically impressive, but ultimately, splash.
Trivia.
Did you know that Daredevil, despite being blind, has such keen senses that he can see better than most? In the comics, his radar sense allows him to detect objects and people by sound and vibrations. Once, in Daredevil #1, he leaped across Hell's Kitchen rooftops, guided only by the echoes of traffic. Something even the finest athlete couldn't do without that unique perception.
Round 2.
Combat skills.
Their tactic is organized chaos. Strike first, never ask questions. In A Quiet Place, they level an entire farm in seconds, leaving more destruction behind than a kid in a china shop. Their stealth is as subtle as a drum in a library, though fast as they are, any vibration gives them away. Their greatest achievement, wiping out entire armies before anyone could say, "What was that?" But in close combat, they're like Fortnite players who only know how to pull the trigger. Brutal but predictable.
Trivia.
Their claws are alien obsidian, says Ferrer in Fangoria. They cut through metal like butter. In day one, a taxi is sliced with surgical marks in a flash. They don't fight, they shred with brutal style. This guy fights like his life is a 15-second TikTok. Fast, lethal, and stylish. In the Netflix series, he knocked out 10 thugs in a hallway after getting stabbed. His mix of martial arts and parkour is choreographed chaos, like a mosh pit with a purpose. Nerd reference? In Daredevil, number 191, he took down Bullseye using nothing but a first aid kit. And let's not forget, when he out-talked Mephisto into giving up souls. The angels want war, but Matt will give them a legal seminar while breaking their faces.
Trivia.
Daredevil is a master of hand-to-hand combat, and a brutal anecdote comes from Born Again. He faced Kingpin unarmed, using only his fists and agility. Although he ended up battered, his boxing technique combined with ninja acrobatics left the giant reeling, proving he doesn't need gadgets to be lethal.
Round 3.
Survival skills.
They survived a journey through space where Wi-Fi is non-existent and oxygen is optional. On Earth, they took over the planet faster than a Twitter scandal. Their adaptation is so good they can blend into buildings like horror statues. But their Achilles heel is so ridiculous that even a kid with a walkie-talkie can wreck them. They're the kings of survival, until someone cranks up Despacito at max volume.
Trivia.
Maybe they don't breathe. Krasinski hinted they hibernate on asteroids. In the road ahead, someone lives for days under debris without a problem. Cosmic cockroaches eating strange mushrooms from their pods. Rafe in Hell's Kitchen. Matt survived gangs, assassins, and the worst threat of all, Tinder dates. In the comics, he spent weeks in the desert, using only his cane and a cactus for water. Spoiler, the cactus didn't survive. His radar sense is so sharp, it could detect a gas leak in the subway. But without coffee, his willpower drops faster than an iPhone battery in winter.
Trivia.
In Daredevil, End of Days, Matt Murdock survives a brutal attack that leaves him near death. Thanks to his training with Stick and his iron will, he endures injuries that would kill anyone. His hearing detected an approaching enemy by the sound of his heartbeat, and he escaped in time.
Round 4.
Unprepared.
Without warning, Daredevil would be a teaser. Imagine Matt walking through the night, hearing a whisper. Bam! The angel hits him at 186 miles per hour, turning his suit into red confetti. His radar would alert him. But what's the point of seeing a meteor if you can't dodge it? Unless he's screaming like it's Whitney Houston karaoke. His fate would be sadder than the end of Infinity War.
Trivia.
A cut script says they hear heartbeats 100 yards behind walls. In Day 1, a whisper brings one breaking through the ceiling. Without a plan, your heart betrays you and your prey in seconds. In this timeline, Matt would be the dog in a burning room meme. This is good. Without sonic weapons, his only option would be to throw his staff like a drunken Jedi and run. He might survive a few minutes dodging between buildings, but the angels are as persistent as online spoilers. His hope, to find a speaker or a teenager with an iPhone playing dubstep.
Trivia.
In Daredevil vs. Punisher comics, Frank Castle blindsided him in an alley. With no time to plan, Daredevil relied on his reflexes and radar sense to dodge bullets at point-blank range. Although he took heavy hits, his improvisation kept him on his feet until the fight was even.
Round 5.
With preparation.
The angels arrive, believing it's just another Tuesday, mindlessly destroying and devouring. But they're walking right into a trap. They don't understand strategy, only chaos. They advance like bulls at a rave. They're unprepared, and it shows. In the end, these supposed predators end up falling victim to Spotify.
Trivia.
On space.com, they say their ears vibrate with their pulse. With just the right frequency, you paralyze them. Use that as an alien remote control and turn them into statues with preparation. This is his Ocean's 11 moment. With plans inside plans, he'd use guerrilla tactics, distractions, and lure them into a sound cage. Nerd reference? In Daredevil End of Days, he outplayed Kingpin with just a recording. Here, he'd turn the angels into DJs of their bone destruction. The lesson? Never underestimate a blind guy who reads contracts better than you.
Trivia.
In the Netflix series, Daredevil confronts Bullseye with a plan. Knowing his deadly aim, Matt used his surroundings. He manipulated noises to disorient him and lured him into a church. With strategy, he defeated him by throwing an object that Bullseye couldn't foresee, demonstrating his prepared tactical genius.
Round 6.
General data.
Death Angel, physical skills, 9. Combat skills, 6. Survival skills, 9. Unprepared, 8. With preparation, 1. Total, 33. Daredevil, physical skills, 7. Combat skills, 9. Survival skills, 7. Unprepared, 2. With preparation, 9. Total, 34.
Final round.
Decisive showdown.
The sun was setting on the horizon of New York, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. Matt Murdock, also known as Daredevil, moved across the rooftops of Hell's Kitchen as usual. His radar sense, the gift that allowed him to see the world through sound, vibrations, and smells, was in full effect. But something was off. The usual city noise, the honking cars, distant conversations, even the scurrying of rats in the alleys, was gone. It was an eerie silence, like the entire city had been wrapped in a vacuum. Matt stopped at the edge of a building, tilting his head slightly. "This isn't normal," he muttered to himself. Suddenly, a faint crack in the distance. Something was moving, but not like a human. It was fast, silent, almost imperceptible. Matt tensed his muscles, gripping his billy clubs tightly. He knew something was coming, something dangerous. The first Death Angel struck like lightning, its armored body gleaming under the dim moonlight. These creatures were otherworldly, blind but lethal, guided only by sound. Matt barely had time to dodge the first attack, feeling the air slice past his face. "What the hell are you?" Matt growled, jumping back to gain some distance. The Death Angel let out a guttural sound, its sharp claws slashing through the air with terrifying speed. Matt hurled one of his billy clubs, hitting the creature dead on, but the weapon bounced off uselessly. Great. Armored and ugly, just what I needed. The second Death Angel appeared to his left, and Matt could feel the danger multiplying. His radar sense warned him of every movement, but these things were fast, too fast. "Come on, guys, don't you know it's rude to attack a blind man?" he joked, trying to stay calm, as he planned his next move. Matt leaped from one building to another, the Death Angels right on his heels. Every step, every breath had to be perfectly calculated. A single mistake here meant death. He tossed a smoke grenade, hoping that their lack of vision and the sudden silence would give him an advantage. But the Death Angels didn't stop. One of them slammed into him, sending him crashing against a wall. Matt felt the impact, but recovered quickly, using his agility to roll and get back on his feet. "Damn, that hurt," he muttered, rubbing his side. But not as much as this. With a swift movement, he struck one of the Death Angels at a joint in its armor, making the creature shriek and stumble back. The second one tried to flank him, but Matt was ready. Using his billy club as a hook, he latched onto the creature and hurled it off the rooftop. "One down," he said, breathing hard. But there was no time to celebrate. The first Death Angel was back and angrier than ever. Matt knew he couldn't keep this up. These creatures were too tough, and he was just one man. An extraordinary one, but still just a man. He remembered something he had read in the Avengers files about sound-sensitive creatures. If you can't beat them, make them dance, he thought with a smirk. He pulled a small device from his belt, an ultrasonic emitter he had used before to disorient enemies. He activated it, and a high-pitched sound filled the air. The Death Angels froze, confused, their heads twitching in all directions. "Now," Matt whispered, seizing the opportunity. With a quick strike, he hit the first Death Angel in its weak spot, a small opening near its neck. The creature dropped to the ground, writhing before going still. The second one, still disoriented, tried to attack, but Matt dodged and took it down with a spinning kick. With both Angels of Death taken down, Matt leaned against the wall, gasping for air. "Never underestimate a lawyer," he said with a tired grin. But just when he thought it was all over, a strange noise echoed behind him. He spun around. Nothing there. The sound came again, louder this time. And then, everything went black. Matt jolted awake in his sensory deprivation tank, heart racing, nerves shot. "A dream?" he muttered, rubbing his eyes. He looked around his apartment, making sure everything was in place. "Man, I can't even catch a break in my dreams." With a sarcastic smirk, he laid back down, whispering, "Well, at least I won, even if it was just in my head."
Do you agree with the result? And if not, tell me why. I hope I at least entertained you. I'll tell you a secret, give it a like and subscribe, it's free. If you like this video, please subscribe, like and share.